you want to check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Let's roll. Let's have a giant Tuesday. Big NCAA basketball card. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for. Let's move on to another late game action that John Ryan's picked out. 10 p.m. Eastern. UC-Irvine 2-2, one road game against USC. Galen Center, Los Angeles, California. USC 3-1, 2-0 at home. UC-Irvine, and we've dealt with this over the last few days. A tricky opening schedule to really decipher skill, talent. They opened their season with double-digit losses to Pepperdine and San Diego State. Then they beat up on Division III Bethesda Flames of the Pacific Christian Athletic Conference, 135-55. And then they beat up on NAIA La Sierra University Golden Eagles, 104-54. So judging their statistics then becomes very difficult. USC face stiff competition. They're coming off their first loss of the season. I watched it. It was a very tight 61-58 setback against UConn. We had Maxwell Smart on UConn in that game. That was part of the Legends Classic at the Mohegan Sun. They played clean basketball. 5 turnovers, but they couldn't hit buckets when they needed them. They put 24 points up in the second half, which was actually 2 more than UConn put up. They went without a field goal for, I can't remember exactly the number, but 6 or 7 crucial minutes there to end the game. They shot 35.8% from the field, 15.8% from 3. Now they're not going to face that kind of defense against UC-Irvine. This is a 10 p.m. Eastern start. John Ryan, your last game on the card. Take it away.
Well, I guess it's surprising I'm picking favorites because if you watch me in football, I love being a contrarian dog playing guy like Tennessee Volunteers covering the spread by some act of God. But anyway, in this game, Jimmy's absolutely right. USC is the better team here. UC-Irvine hasn't done anything to impress me, and this line seems pretty short, even though it's double digits. If it was a 15-point line, I probably wouldn't be all that interested. And the total, I'm seeing like 135. Is that what you're seeing, Jimmy?
135.5. And thank you for mentioning the spread. It was my mistake. It's just 11.5 right now. And in fact, that 11.5 is juiced heavier on Irvine's side. Minus 11.5 to minus 106 at FanDuel.
Yeah, and if you take the line like we do in the football games, so let's see, 135 and 11.5 is roughly, let's see, about a 73-61 game.
Yeah.
So USC, when they hold opponents or pretty much any team in college basketball, you hold an opponent to less than 67 points. You not only win the game, but you also cover the spread. Unfortunately, I don't have that number in front of me for USC, but trust me, it's in the 85% range for the last 10 years. And as long as UC-Irvine, which I do not see how in the world they would ever score 67 or more against USC, because the talent on USC is far greater than the talent on UC-Irvine. But that's the only red flag that would come up that would cause me concern that I'm going to lose this game. UCI is, let's see, they're 177th in assists to turnover at .833. And again, remember, anything under 1 is horrible. USC is right at 1. So again, they've had their struggles, but they've played against some tough opponents. Like you said, UConn is a real deal type of team. It's not a Division III or the other types of teams that UCI has played. And UCI historically has always been in that 300 to 350th area. USC has been to the tournament several times and is a quality program year in and year out. They're 23rd in rebounds at 43 a game. UCI 137, averaging 36. What else can I tell you here? Scoring, UCI 65 a game, and that's against that weak lineup, that weak opponent schedule. Only 65 points, ranking 214th. USC's averaged 77 against much more difficult opponents. Effective field goal percentage is 54% for USC, UCI 47, and I could go on and on and on. And it's really no area on this entire data sheet and the machine learning stuff that I use that even remotely points me to UCI. I always protect myself a little bit in how I talk about games, because there's no such thing as a lock. There's no such thing as a guaranteed bet. My stuff is determined over the course of a season, and that is one reason why I'm excited to do this full transparency with everybody. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun with the guys, Maxwell Smart, incredible college hoops guys. So I'm kind of honored a little bit to be almost competing against them in a fun way. There's no awards for anybody beating the pants off of another person, but at least it's going to give you 3 different guys and their views and how they handicap, and they're all very good methods to use.
I think you're absolutely right, John. I don't mean to cut you off there, but you guys are all so different handicappers as well. You attack games so differently, and that's why I find it just so exciting for the handicappers that we all cap with every day to watch 3 completely different methods, and then we talk about their records. I couldn't agree with you more, and you're very gracious with the kind words that you're saying, but we are so excited to watch you rock for an entire season and getting your card off today. And I didn't mean to interrupt my
that's fine.
In.
I have a gift to gab. You already know that.
Oh man, this is going to be fun.